The tragedy in Bengazi, where the rebels in Libya attacked the embassy, killed those heroic Americans, it's really sad. But unlike George Bush, who got out there with his megaphone and started to carry on, the president is more measured, and I'm sure he has things planning and so forth, but no big sweat. And I think it happened on 911 too. This is simply the enemy himself continuing the 911 mystery. However, um, it's a different. Even Romney might have gotten fuzzled and so forth. I spoke with a soldier and he said that what should have happened immediately there should have been an attack. Well, what you're going to attack, you have to know what you're doing. You have to, know you just not attack straight up. Like it's not the government that you're going to hit the parliament or you could get something that let the government know that you're upset. The army barks, whatever, some rebels. Who are these guys? You don't know. But I recall though this Libyan campaign. The president was, according to many, vacillating. They needed to make up his mind because military people, they know what they have, they know what they could do, they have intelligence and they Gaddafi and whatever, and they knew that they could win it, they could, you know, take over the country and get them to the capital with even a small group, as a small war it was. And I found that NATO too, and the president was saying, "Come on, man, you guys got stuff," but they were saying that we need America because America could attack the ground forces and do some stuff, right? And the president was smart because every country has secret programs that nobody else knows about, and they would have a complete warfare in case they have to go against each other or whatever. So, but nevertheless, they went ahead. But what the president was really concerned about is not about winning the war, but is winning the battle. And the battle is really to win the hearts and minds of people and to help them to really transform and become truly democratic and capitalist and so on. And there is where his kind of whole thing was. He was trying to figure that out, but people wanted to make it appear as though he's vacillating. He's a bad, commander in chief. But look what happened. It's like he knows that you support one side and you don't know who the guys are. The enemy could morph back and join the government forces and then attack you and make it appear as though it's the government. And as I had been saying that this spring revolution is nothing about revolution and democracy and capitalism. They can't handle capitalism and democracy. It's straight up and creating instability in the Middle East so profoundly. But let me come back to the response to the Benghazi attack. Now, suppose now the president had done what Romney would have done or George Bush would have done and send in some forces and start a little something over there. Then what do you think the guys would have done in Egypt, in Lebanon, in Syria, in Iraq, in Iran? They had to start attacking our interests. And we're going to respond to all of those. And then it becomes so intensive that you have wars in every country now. You fight in the whole Middle East. And as we saw, where God is protecting these people. And, nobody has been able to conquer the Middle East. The Crusades with the Catholic Church failed. Napoleon failed. All the people failed in the past simply because God is protecting these folks. They're Abraham's children. And he promised them that, and they're the firstborn. They were born before the Jews. And he promised them that even though this was not necessarily God's plan, that he's going to protect them somehow, some way. And make it clear that they're going to be every man's enemy and every man going to be against them. But they're indomitable. Okay? So, the whole strategy shows what the enemy is doing, the Antichrist. He wants to get us into something that he knows we can't win. The battle, that is, not the war. Right? And even the battle might be formidable because Afghan and Iraq is going on. It could go on for the next 100 years. And, people would think that they were instrumental in getting the Russians routed. But, it's like, no, it's not that. It might have helped somehow. I can't dispute that. But over time they would have gone, because they were expecting that they would knock it off on there. And look how they forgot history. But they ended their whole civilization. I think that was the beginning of the end of the Soviet Union. So the president's response is good because had he gone in, as I said, they would have started up stuff all over. We get involved. And the enemy is well placed right now. He has men at the stock market. He has men, everywhere. And when you get in there and the economy start to slip, and they start saying, the stock market is about to collapse, take your money out, this and that, and they start spreading that thing. And, then, the whole world will collapse. I mean, Europe, Asia, everywhere could collapse, and the world will drag on. But when America collapses, it's over completely. And this is what the enemy is doing. He's trying to make America, collapse so that he could get his way. And so I commend the president for his measured response. He hasn't responded, and I'm sure he has something planned. You just got to be patient. You just don't jump out with the rhetorics and all crazy matters.